morning, everyone, and welcome to our talk on EP renewal for Eco Canada. We're delighted for you to have this opportunity to join us today. My name is Danielle Fisher, and I'm the event manager here at Eco Canada, and I will be your host. Joining me is Liz Getty. She's the director of certification, and she is well versed in the EP community and its benefits. Welcome, Liz.
Thanks, Danielle.
To start, what's new this year, Liz? Is there any added benefits or new chapters that our EPs need to be aware of?
Yeah, definitely. So the last 12 months have been action-packed when it comes to benefits and community activities at Eco Canada. So the Eco Tour, for example, really allowed us to connect with EPs and interested applicants and the public with 16 tour stops between October and March. So it was a busy time, but a successful one. The tour, which was really meant to attract new applicants and expand our awareness of EP and Eco Canada, was very successful. And from those stops, we were able to build relationships with many enthusiastic EPs. And these EPs have since taken on roles as either a chapter lead and or an EP champion in their town or city. So these EP champions are members who are really enthusiastic about lending their voice, time, and knowledge on behalf of Eco Canada to assist in the growth, development, and recognition of that EP community and the designations offered. So these EP champions may host Eco Canada meetups, which are smaller, more informal networking events. They might provide presentations to post-secondary institutions or employers, might represent Eco Canada at conferences or lead an Eco Canada EP chapter. And they also might support Eco Canada with projects or act as a volunteer for a committee or a task force. And really the goal of these champions and chapters, which I consider to be a really great benefit, is to connect with members within their geographical area, to offer opportunities to connect, discuss issues affecting their profession in the industry, and really to continue to elevate the EP community and create that general sense of belonging. And I also think, it's worth mentioning that we also welcomed 9 new EP employer organizations over the past year. By pursuing the EP employer designation, each of the organizations are really demonstrating their leadership in the environmental sector, as well as their commitment to recognizing the expertise of their employees and committing to that ongoing development and career advancement for them. And I really think by engaging employers in certification, it's only going to increase that industry demand and awareness of those EP suite of designations.
I agree. It sounds like we're really building a community from coast to coast, and having those champions are a fantastic addition.
Mhm.
What are some of these upcoming highlights in the EP community that maybe you could tell us about?
Yeah, I think there's a lot to highlight for the upcoming year. As you said, it's all about building this community and positioning our EPs the best way that we can. So there's a lot to highlight within the community, but also in terms of the certification program itself. In terms of community, we're really more focused this year to bring opportunity to our EPs. So of all the environmental practitioners that we have in Canada, we're privileged to have access to over 3,000 of them through the EP suite of certifications. So, we really want to continue to expand opportunities for our members beyond to just how you can contribute to the EP certification program, but also how you can contribute to the sector by working more closely with Eco Canada. So in terms of, some of the other work that Eco Canada does, on an annual basis, we're taking on and leading several projects related to environmental workforce development that require subject matter experts, right? So, in 2024, we really want to increase the number of professional opportunities available for environmental professionals, whether that's for, something ad hoc or even small to medium-sized contracts. What we really want to do is reach out to EPs that we think might fit the needs of other Eco Canada team initiatives. But we also strongly recommend, our members inform us of their areas of expertise and how they want to contribute. Some of our members might remember, expression of interest forms that we've sent out a few times over the last probably year and a half to 2 years. So right now, we're doing a bit of a needs assessment for upcoming and continuing projects. And what we're going to do is release a list of projects and opportunities for our members over the summer. So this is going to come both as direct email and also be listed in the EP newsletter. So people should keep an eye out for that. And as I said, the idea here is that we want to provide EPs that first opportunity to snatch up these projects before we expand it into the public.
It sounds like a wealth of opportunity for them out there. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's not a resource that I think that we've tapped enough. And so we want to make sure that, we position that as a key benefit and a key opportunity for EPs. We've also been working behind the scenes to update some of our code of conduct and EP body of knowledge. And these aren't, the flashy things within a certification program, but they certainly are, key pieces to update and cornerstones of the program itself. And the idea here in updating those is that we think it's going to help us with our submission to the BC Office of the Superintendent of Professional Governance. So
Yeah.
it's still within Eco Canada's plan to submit an application this fall to address the gaps that our EPs can fill when it comes to regulatory sign off within the province. So with any luck, we'll be seeing some progress in BC soon. And then we can shift focus to other territories and provinces where there's opportunity. There's certainly, a lot of our EPs who have very valuable experience, and the goal is to get them recognized properly with that experience as well. And I should say we've had a lot of support from EPs to date, and their collaboration and support is really essential to our success, right? We need them to help drive these initiatives as well. And then I also mentioned that we had some program updates. So we're actually days away from launching a couple of these, so this is really timely. The EP certification program is really starting to evolve to better reflect the diverse and dynamic nature of today's environmental sector. So the first change that is coming is the addition of 2 new specializations that are available for certification related to impact assessment. So that's the impact assessment reviewer and impact assessment practitioner. And we're actually hosting an information webinar on June 5th to communicate these changes and the importance of these profile additions. And we'll be publishing more information about it on our website and newsletters as well. The second change is related to the certification process for EPs. So this is not going to affect anybody who's already certified, but I do think it's important for the membership to know about these changes. So we really recognize that the environmental field encompasses a wide array of activities and expertise, and we want to offer a more flexible certification approach. So instead of requiring environmental practitioners to choose a specific area of specialization, our updated certification process is going to allow those professionals to either proceed without specialization or showcase multiple specializations. So this change is really to acknowledge the increasing trend of professionals mastering various disciplines and industries within the environmental sector. So by removing those constraints of mandatory specialization, we're trying to empower professionals to really tailor their certification to match their unique skills and the roles that they perform. So that's an important update to be made. And, not everybody finds necessarily a relevant specialization for them within the occupational standards and within the specializations offered. And that's just the nature of the ever-evolving environmental sector, right? New fields are emerging, things are changing. So we want to keep pace with that, but also recognize the different direction that some of these EP careers are headed.
Amazing. I think that by taking down some of those barriers and increasing the specializations, that this membership is going to become so much more robust, and they're really going to have that opportunity for their voices to be heard amongst the sector.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, a question that many of our attendees might be wondering, why should someone actually renew their EP membership?
Yes, great question. If members haven't been able to renew the designation yet, there's still time, there's always time. And our team is more than happy to support in any way that we can. So please reach out through email or phone and we'll support you. In terms of, reasons to renew, I think that, everything that we've kind of discussed so far really lays a good foundation for a lot of those reasons. I think, the EP designation and the suite of designations, I guess I should say, really offer that great validation of skill and experience. They provide opportunities for members to contribute to growth within the sector, to work on key projects related to workforce development, and really to provide an excellent source for networking and community building.
Amazing. Now, is there any specific stories about EPs or some actual EPs or EPTs? How have they noticed the impact that their designation has had on their career and the work that they do within the sector?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to talk about that. We're always picking up on stories from members on how having these designations have supported them in the career and the work that they do. We certainly learned a lot about that over the Eco Tour, just being able to be face to face with so many people. So that was a great outcome of that tour as well. So without getting into specifics on who exactly these individuals are, I do have a few in mind after reflecting on it um, a little bit. I think I would say that the overall theme that we hear from members is that in general they're proud to hold the designation, and many have been able to correlate professional opportunities with their designation. So I can give you a couple of examples. One of our APs was trying to connect professionally with industry and government and was finding that he wasn't really making a lot of progress. And, he then started to include that he was an EP on his project bids, email signature, in meeting requests, and felt like he was finally being taken seriously, being able to showcase that he was part of this professional community, right? There's sort of, I think when you have a designation or you're part of a professional community, it really demonstrates to somebody that you have experience, you know what you're talking about, and you're coming to them with you know a lot more experience, I guess I should say. um, and then an EPT mentioned that she is a biologist, but she also finds that EPT designation really highlights her environmental work and communicates a wider breadth of knowledge and experience. And we love this discipline plus concept so much. And I think while other designations like PN and PBio demonstrate the overall experience and education pathway, the EP designation really demonstrates specific environmental experience and knowledge, right? You may have this excellent educational background and work background of being a biologist, an engineer, a geologist, and that is clearly correlated with that designation that you have, but it doesn't go into any sort of detail or drill down any more detail about specific environmental experience and competencies. And I think that's where, the EP and EPT, the auditor designations really complement those very well. We've heard this from a professional chemist as well who obtained his EPCEA. He obviously felt that obtaining that designation, provided validation for, his years of auditing experience. Um, and it allowed him to take advantage of professional opportunities across the globe, which is a great challenge to take on and is a great perk to that line of work, right? Going around the world to all these wonderful locations and having different experiences. And I think another general comment that we've heard quite a bit over the last several years is that um, EPs and EP auditors have really commented on how the EP mentorship program has allowed them to become an even more dynamic professional. They see the value that they can have in guiding the future of the environmental workforce, imparting a lot of their knowledge and industry expertise on these proteges. And sometimes when a mentorship is requested or a connection is made, there can be hesitation to those mid to very senior level professionals to jump in. They may not have been a mentor before or aren't sure about the time commitment, but I think they get a lot of return on that investment and really see that, with the resources we provide through the mentorship program to guide them on how to, really start that relationship, take some of the pressure off, right? And allows them to make those really positive connections. And, we're so happy with the way the mentorship program is going, the way it's encouraged mentors and proteges alike to repeatedly use the program as well.
Yeah, I think the mentorship program is so beneficial, especially to those younger people that are coming into the sector, and this might be some new jobs and they need that type of support. I think that it
Yeah.
sounds amazing. I would like to just encourage everyone to take full advantage of the benefits. Liz, is there any other benefits that you want to talk about before we leave?
Yeah, I mean, I think to kind of this might sum it up really well, but when I think of benefits, to me, there's sort of two categories. The first are the more, discount type benefits, and those are the nice to haves, right? These are things like retail and travel discounts, which are valuable, and we'll always have those. But I think, whatever can support our membership with the tools that they need to do the job or travel to do the job, we're happy to provide. So those more discount things, they'll always be around. Um, and something that we'll always reinforce use of. But the other category of benefits, and the one that I think is most important, or those which add value, to your life, or in this case, to your career. So there's a few that I would probably highlight, and I think that stand out within, the EP suite of benefits, and that would be the Eco Canada training. So all certified members receive a 25% discount on Eco Canada training, whether that's virtual or in person. So we're really big on continuous learning and education here at ECO, and that's reinforced within our certification program as well. And we're always looking for ways that we can develop meaningful and relevant training for our certified members, and the environmental workforce in general, right? It's not exclusive just to members, but that discount is. I would also say the mentorship program. We talked about that a lot, but that's a lifelong pursuit, right? There's even been opportunity for some of our EPTs to be mentors for some of our EPT students, which is a membership for members in post-secondary programs in Canada. So they're not so far apart. Our EPTs can remember that, what it was like to go from school to work and make that transition, and, really support those EPT students with creating those industry connections, giving them that boost of confidence as well. So that's something that's worked out really well and provides a lot of, I think, leadership opportunity for EPTs. There are obviously insurance discounts that are related to environmental practice, general liability, things of that nature, which are a great benefit, especially if you're a small business owner or sole proprietor. And I think ultimately, the opportunities that EP can provide, we'll always go to our EPs first, like I said, when we require expertise on a project or have contract opportunities. So we want people to, be able to take on maybe a little bit of extra work, or, if they work independently, then having another line of income as well, getting that from your designation, I think is pretty unique. And overall, the community opportunities, we talked about chapters and champions already, but one thing that I forgot to mention was the establishment of a Women in the Environment chapter. So this is something that's in really early stages that Helen, our membership coordinator, is working on. But the idea is to connect our female members from coast to coast. We think, there are so many women who are involved in the environmental sector, and I think connecting them can be a very powerful thing. So we're in the planning stages, as I said, right now, but if anybody wants to get involved or be kept in the loop, please connect with us, and we'd be happy to keep you updated on how things progress. And a big focus this year is, I think, reinforcing the message that by being a member of the EP community, you're also a member of the wider community of Eco Canada and all the resources and community that can provide as well, an opportunity.
I think it sounds amazing. I just want to encourage everyone to take full advantage of the benefits and opportunities that are available through the EP program, especially when it comes to mentorship and all of those other benefits that Liz has talked about. Renewing your membership keeps you connected and ensures that you're equipped to advance your career. I just wanted to say thank you, Liz, for joining me today to talk about EP renewals, and I hope to hear from you all soon. If you have any questions or concerns, you can reach out to Liz or I at any time, and we'll be there to help. Thank you.
Thanks, Danielle. Bye.
Okay, so we're done.
Okay, do you think that was
I
okay?
thought it was really good. Yeah, I thought it was really
Okay.
good. Yeah,
Okay,
I
good.
think that all those benefits, I mean, it sounds really good. Plus the female one, the ladies, that sounds really, really good. Hey, I think you'll get a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good timing for this because Helen
Yeah,
just is kind of getting that together within the last week or so, so it's
yeah,
perfect. Um, awesome. And so then the idea is that this is going to be edited, and then you'll put a link to it within that email
yeah.
that Sonia sent. Yeah. Okay. Or
And
Evan.
then is that email coming from
There's
you,
been so
Liz?
many email templates, so I can't keep track. I'm like, I don't know who's supposed to send this. Who do I tell?
Yeah, there's a
Yeah, I
lot
think
going.
it's coming from me, right?
Okay, so
Yeah.
your email contact will be on there, which is perfect because we said that at
Perfect.
the end. So I can always add mine too, but I don't know if we need to do so. But
Okay.
yeah, I think it went really
Perfect.
good. I'll edit this baby up and we'll throw it on there and hopefully it's good to
See what
go. And then
happens.
we can leave it up for next renewal season as well.
Totally. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I
Okay.
think so.
Good.
Awesome. All right. Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Liz.
All right. We'll
Bye.
talk soon. Bye.